The beauty of narration is that it can grow with your student. Telling back in your own words what was read or heard or experienced is the foundational type of narration. You can and should use it with all grade levels. But you also can and should level it up as your student gains experience and is ready for more. Here's how. Welcome to the Simply Charlotte Mason podcast. I'm Sonia Schaefer. In most instances, when you think of narration, you think of tell me the story in your own words. And that's where it all begins. But Charlotte Mason also asked for other kinds of narrations as the students advanced in their skills and grade levels. A narration does not have to be just tell me the story. In grades 1 through 3, that was the kind of narration the students did. But once they reached grades 4 through 6, another kind of narration was added to the lineup. They still retold the story many times, but sometimes they would be asked to explain how something worked. It really just depended on the passage that was read or the experience that they shared. For example, if you were reading The Swiss Family Robinson with your 5th grade student, you might ask him to tell you about the tree house that the Robinsons built, what it was like and how it worked. Students in grades 7 through 9 had another expansion to their narration lineup. They continued to retell the story or to explain how something worked, depending on what the passage was about, but they also sometimes were asked to describe what something looked like. So they might read a passage about the geography of the northern coast of Africa, for example, and then be required to describe it for their narration. Then in grades 10 through 12, a 4th kind of narration was added to the lineup. Now there were 4 kinds to choose from, depending on what kind of narration the passage lent itself to most. And this 4th kind of narration required more critical thinking skills. The student was asked to state his opinion and support it with details from the passage. If you're familiar with composition, you might recognize those 4 kinds of narration that I just described. Tell it back in your own words is narrative. Explain how something works is expository. Describe how something looks is descriptive. And state your opinion and support it is persuasive. Those are the 4 main types of compositions that are studied and practiced in the upper grades: narrative, expository, descriptive, and persuasive. Yet Charlotte Mason incorporated them quite naturally and gradually, just in the way she asked for a narration through the grade levels. Here are some of the questions she used. For narrative, that was beginning in grade 1. Tell the story of, or tell what you know about such and such, or what is a hero? What heroes have you heard of? Tell about one. For expository questions, beginning in grade 4, tell the history of maybe a current item or phrase that was read about. Or give a diagram of a body part that had been studied and explain how it works. How many kinds of bees are there in a hive? What work does each do? Tell how they build the comb. Then for descriptive questions, beginning in grade 7, describe the founding of Christ's kingdom. What are the laws of his kingdom? Describe a journey in whatever geographical area that had been read about. Or how are the following seeds dispersed? Give diagrams and observations. And describe the condition of A, the clergy, B, the army, C, the Navy, and D, the general public in and about this time period studied. For persuasive narration prompts beginning in grade 10, discuss a modern political person's scheme. How is it working? Or write an essay on a current event, showing what some of the difficulties have been and what has been achieved. Or write a letter in the manner of a historical person whom they had read about on any modern topic. Write a letter to a newspaper on a specific current event or topic studied. Write a ballad on a current event that had been studied. Write an essay on the present condition of your own country or on a leader of another country. You can do the same. As your student is ready, as he gains experience and fluency in narrating, you can level up the kinds of narration you ask for to include narrative, expository, descriptive, and persuasive. If you need help with coming up with those wonderfully varied narration prompts at the appropriate grade levels, check out our narration note cards. We have several sets of cards that are book-specific. Each set contains cards that correspond to the chapters in the book, and each card gives 3 narration prompts to choose from, so you can select the one that works best for your student. I'll leave a link in the description. Narration, such a simple and powerful method that can grow with your student. That's the brilliance of Charlotte Mason. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.